By BG messing with Brooke, when she started disrespecting me, I felt like I took up for him and his mom, and I felt like he should have took up for me. I feel like he should have told Brooke, at the end of the day, let that go. Don't speak on Miss Ann no more, because I got love for Miss Ann, but he didn't do that. So I was like, well, I still like him, but I don't like him the same.
Miss Ann is going through enough. Miss Ann is already in that wheelchair with HIV. Like, I can't make her life no more miserable than it is. So I'm not gonna even give Miss Ann nothing else. Like, Miss Ann is already dealing with life. And the life that she's dealing with, I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Well, the situation with me and Bodied by Brooke, I really don't really know Bodied by Brooke. I know Donna. Donna and my sister are best friends, and Donna like friends of the, family, a family friend. So Brooke, her name is Tamika. All right, she's from Violet, right? So I am a motivational speaker, right? I used to speak at alternative schools. I spoke at a school in Atlanta, Georgia, Westgate. I spoke to the youth, about drugs and violence and stuff like that. So I took it up on myself. I saw something, Brooke was going through something with her baby daddy, and she was saying that she didn't want her baby around her dad and stuff like that. So I took it up on myself. And social media, when you put your business on social media, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like that, whether you like it or not, they're entitled to theirs. Once you put your business out there, everybody entitled to their own opinion. So I spoke on something that had something to do with her baby and daddy, and she didn't like it. You know what? She probably missed court when she was running around with BG, you know what I'm saying? And wasn't worrying about it. Wasn't worrying about going to court because she was so caught up into him. Got to be more careful. Oh, wow. I wish it didn't happen on little man's birthday. So she came at me and she went to cussing me out and stuff like that. So when she went to cussing me out and I went to cussing, going back and forth, we went to going back and forth like that.
Miss Ann she's still dealing with God for what she do, because she know not what she do, so forgive her, Lord. But I'd rather be in jail than be in Miss Ann's position. So, Lord forgive her for what she do, because she know not what she do.
That's how I get involved with Brooke. I don't really know her, but at the end of the day, the disrespect, her cussing me out and stuff like that. She told my son and his girlfriend that she was sorry for disrespecting them because she really lied. I never really talked to Brooke, but a few seconds. It was me, her, and another young lady that she in partnership with. All three of us was on the phone, and we was talking about doing something, and I was talking about doing something for the young girls and all us, and we was talking about Viney, talking about the HIV and stuff like that. And we were supposed to all get together and do an interview, speak on, positive stuff, about stuff that's going on with women and HIV and disease and stuff like that. And it turned out to be a whole pot of mess with Brooke and the other young lady and stuff like that. And I didn't go in there, try to talk to her for the mess and confusion. She made it that way, and she's still making it that way. And I don't know her like that. I don't really know her. I know her now, and I know a lot of things about her now through other people, and that's Miss Donna. That's her ex-daughter-in-law. So,
So you guys are still at odds right now?
Yeah, we still going back and forth on some stuff because she get on the internet and lie and tell people, about I'm full-blown AIDS and all that kind of stuff, which is a lie. And she get mad. A lot of people get mad with me when I repost stuff that other people didn't post already. See what I'm saying? So they go along to get along. Or I'm going to take Brooke's side. I posted, she went to jail recently, and I posted. Everybody else was posting it, so I reposted it. And I had people coming at me like, oh, you shouldn't be praying on somebody down for. All I said was, you got to be more careful. I said, got to be more careful. I said, right string, wrong yo-yo. I started saying right string, wrong yo-yo on the internet. Now everybody's taking it and run with it. And then I be saying, got to be more careful. So I post a Brooke picture and her going to jail, and I said, got to be more careful. And I was saying it in a positive way because I know I've been to jail. They don't play so much, they whipped my ass and brought me to jail without a wheelchair. Got to be more careful. They brought me to jail without a wheelchair. They said, wheelchair or not, you going. Yeah, well, she gonna be in there for quite some time because Monday is a holiday. And I also said that stuff that we do in life, it catches up with us. Everything I did in my life, it caught up with me. You know, if it was wrong, I paid for it. If it was right, I paid for it. You reap what you sow in life. And people take that, we have the younger generation that's out there now. Like, you can probably, you know, talk to them, but they see life totally different. They feel like wrong is right and right is wrong. They feel like, oh, we gonna go with the trend. You know, she old and this and that. Yeah, I'm 59 years old and I'm still here. And I'm only talking to y'all so y'all don't make the same mistakes that I made. That's all.
It's just the way a person took it, right? Just the way you
Right. They take stuff and like, I didn't know anything about Brooke going to jail. I usually play my music every Friday and Saturday, and on a Sunday I play my spiritual music. So this particular Friday, I got up and I was like, let me go tell my fans that I'm playing my music or whatever. So while I'm on social media, everybody got, you know, you heard Brooke was in jail and Brooke this and this. I was like, what are y'all talking about? So I never knew anything about, and in my spirit, I was like, oh, they coming over here for the mess. And so when they was talking about it, I just fed into it, and I say maybe she wouldn't have went to jail if she would have went to court if she would have been running behind BG. That's what I said. And BG and I, we never really had no falling out or nothing like that. But I just felt like because BG were in line, you know, and BG ain't never really did me nothing. But when OG Murder started coming on and talking about, you know, BG or whatever, I still had nothing to do with that. But I felt like by BG messing with Brooke, when she started disrespecting me, I felt like I took up for him and his mom, and I felt like he should have took up for me. I feel like he should have told Brooke, you know, at the end of the day, let that go. You know, don't speak on Miss Ann no more because I got love for Miss Ann because but he didn't do that. So I was like, well, you know, I still like him, but I don't like him the same. You know, because I feel like he should have shut that down because I spoke up for his mom. And I didn't like the fact that, you know, OG Murder, you know, he took up, you know, for me what Miss Donna took up for me. How Miss Donna get involved is Miss Donna came and took up for Mike and took up for me, you know. And when I was on Too Much Tea, I see that OG Murder had posted me, and I was all over, you know, social media and stuff like that. You know, that's how I got involved with OG Murder.
Before we continue, I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, I need you to go over to I Am Ann Mays and subscribe to her channel for more videos like this. Or you could just hit the link in the description. Let's continue.
HIV.
You want to talk about the HIV and Cat Williams.
Right.
So, and then I wanted to approach it from, okay, how did you contract it?
My third husband. So when I was a young girl, I went to school in the Desire Project. My mama used to go to work. My mama used to go to Molars for help, going to school and going to work at Tulane Medical Center. I used to be sneaking outside, sneaking in the hallway, and they had this guy. We used to be in the hallway and stuff like that. He was my first boyfriend as a little girl, first boyfriend. Well, that's my boyfriend, kindergarten and all that kind of stuff. So he wound up going to jail. He wound up being in jail for like 20-something years, like 27 years, something like that. So one day I was at the mall and I saw his mom. And I remember because she was a school teacher. And when I saw her, I said, hey, miss, you know, I'm not going to say her name. So I said, hey, miss, and I said, how your son? And she said, oh, he all right. And she told me the story about him being incarcerated. And she said, I said, well, give him, you know, if you ever talk to him, tell him I say hi. And I said, just give him my number, tell him call me. So I gave her the number, and he wound up calling from jail. And I was single then, and I wound up going to see him in jail, and I started going to see him back to back. And when he got out, we wound up getting married when he came home. And he didn't tell me he was HIV positive at that time. And then when he told me, I think he told me, because I want to get it right, he told me before we got married. Yeah, he told me before we got married.
But not before you guys were intimate.
No. So once he told me, when he did tell me, I still, once he told me we hadn't already been intimate, so I still accept the fact that once I found out, when he told me, I decided to be with him once I found out I had it. When I found out I had it, I was like, we might as well be together now. You know what I'm saying? But I got checked like two or three times before I was positive. Because when I got checked, she was like, no, you don't have. What made me get checked is he was sleeping around. And he was sleeping around and he wound up getting burnt or something like that. And when we went to the doctor was like, can she be in the room? And he was like, yeah, she could be in here or whatever. And she told him that he had got herpes or something like that. Or something. I know he had got a disease like that. And when she told him he had herpes, I was like, and to be honest, I never had a disease. I never had a disease like a venereal disease in my life. So I was like, so what is all that? And she said, it's all right to talk in front of her. And she said, it's a blood disease, is it? And I looked, and I said, so. And she said, well, I need to check you like that. And I was like, okay. So at this point, he already got HIV. He already have HIV. But he looked good, fine, nice looking and everything. You can't even tell. So she did a blood thing this time because she only did the other way you check, and you can find out if a person really positive through their blood. So they draw the blood and stuff like that, and you have to wait and for the test results come back and all that kind of stuff like that. So when we went back, that's when I went back, because we went back like in a week. So she told me I was positive in front of him. And once she told me I was positive in front of him, I gave him the look. I was already mad when she told me that he had the other disease or whatever. So I still had chose to be with him or whatever. But as he started messing around with other females, I chose like, nah, enough is enough. I'm about to put this out there, because if it was just us, it would have been us against the world. Once you decide to go outside and start messing with other people and they don't know nothing about it, mama expose you. So once I saw with other different females, I call the females, I would tell them, and it's like, oh, you just mad and this and that, and you just mad that he don't want you and all that, that's why you. I said, okay, I'm just mad. So I put it out there, and that's what made me leave him alone, and now he started messing with drugs.
What was harder to deal with, being confined to the wheelchair or when you found out you had HIV?
Well, the wheelchair, that's like a piece of cake to me. The HIV, it didn't really bother me as much as I'm like, damn, I'm already in a wheelchair, and now you didn't add it on something. It really didn't really bother me, because I didn't really know that it was something that you can't really get rid of it. I just thought it's a disease that they give you medicine and stuff like that, and you be good. Until she told me that this is something that you got for the rest of your life, and you know. And when I found out the real everything like about HIV, I was like, oh wow, this is serious, you know. But I accepted it, and I'm like, well, you know, we gonna be together. In my mind, long as you and I together and we don't die together, we good. But what really hit the hardest is that when he chose to go out there and be with somebody else, now I gotta be stuck with this
You fight it on your own.
and fight it on my own. And then ain't nobody in my mind at first, I don't want to be with nobody that, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't put it out there now, you know. But I'm good now, whether I be with somebody or not, you know.
And it's not like just for As I wasn't gonna touch up on it, but just for educate people real quick. Having the AIDS virus and having HIV is two totally different.
Yeah,
things.
and I hate everybody like, you know, people that's not educated or they got the AIDS and this and that.
Right.
You know, I had an argument with somebody on social media and she was like, "Oh, she full blown AIDS." Never been. I am very undetectable. I was taking the medicine. I was taking like 2 pills a day. Now I'm down to the shots. I take the shot once a month, and now I'm gonna be taking the shot every 2 months. That's because my T cells are where they're supposed to be. My viral loads are where they're supposed to be. I take care of myself, you know, and I cannot pass HIV on to nobody else because I take care of myself.